From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2022. Yom HaZikaron, Israel's memorial to its fallen soldiers and to victims of terror, began this evening as sirens sounded at 8 p.m. local time in Israel, bringing the country to a silent standstill. A national ceremony was then held at the Kotel, the Western Wall, in Jerusalem's Old City. Earlier today, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Speaker of the Knesset Miki Levy addressed a ceremony at the Yad Labanim Memorial for Fallen Soldiers in the capital, where Bennett called for unity. He spoke of his own military service in the 90s during the war with Lebanon and of the friends, fellow IDF soldiers, killed there. He said, "I can't speak in their name, but I believe if they could, they would ask of us, keep living together. Don't allow disagreements to tear you apart from within." Israel's foreign ministry wrote, since 1860, the number of Israel's casualties of war stand at 24,068, with 56 new names added to the roster of those who died defending the country since last Memorial Day. Another 84 disabled veterans died due to complications from injuries sustained during their service. The ministry also noted the number of civilian terror victims who perished in attacks now stood at a total of 4,216. Yom HaZikaron continues into tomorrow, and we will, of course, have more for you tomorrow on those commemorations. Well, more outrageous comments reported today from the Russian Foreign Ministry. This follows, as we reported to you yesterday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's comments on Sunday when answering how Russian President Vladimir Putin could claim he was trying to denazify Ukraine when its president, Vladimir Zelensky, was Jewish. Lavrov had responded, "So what if Zelensky is Jewish? I believe that Hitler also had Jewish blood." Those remarks caused outrage, including among Israel's leaders like Foreign Minister Yair Lapid, who called Lavrov's remarks unforgivable and a terrible historical error. Well, today, the Russian Foreign Ministry claimed it was Lapid who was making a historical error and made more hateful accusations, tweeting, "We noted the statement by Foreign Minister of Israel Yair Lapid, which the ministry said contradicts history and largely explains the policy by the current government of Israel to support the neo-Nazi regime in Kiev." The American Jewish Committee tweeted in response, after his outrageous and anti-Semitic declaration that Adolf Hitler had Jewish blood, Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov has reached a new level of loathsomeness as he seeks to distract from Putin's war crimes in Ukraine. We wholeheartedly condemn his vile insinuation. Plans for the redesign and rebuild of the Tree of Life Synagogue, the site of the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history, were released today. The new complex, designed by world-renowned Polish-Jewish architect Daniel Libeskind, aims to fight and educate about anti-Semitism. It preserves parts of the original buildings, like the stained glass windows, and adds new structures, including the Holocaust Center of Pittsburgh, which will relocate to the complex, and a memorial to the victims, as well as space for educational programs. A skylight spans the entire length of the space, which Libeskind calls the path of light. He said the light is not only physical light, it's also spiritual light. Tree of Life Rabbi Jeffrey Myers announced the plans in front of the synagogue today, which has remained empty since October 27, 2018, when 11 of his congregants were murdered. Next, Pittsburgh cites Myers saying our path forward imagines a future without anti-Semitism because we know all too well the pain and devastation it causes. Anti-Semitism, he said, is not just a Jewish problem, it is everyone's problem, and we are all bound to actively work towards its end. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, May the 3rd. At 7, Rabbi Ammiel Hirsch speaks on his congregation's position to always support Israel's right and moral obligation to defend itself against all attacks. At 7:30, former Israeli Ambassador Danny Ayalon speaks with Thane Rosenbaum on the truth about Israel. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Miriam Peretz, the mother of 2 fallen IDF soldiers on L'chaim. At 10:30, stories of the Palmach. And coming up next, it's the ILTV's Insider. And a programming note for you that tomorrow, Wednesday night on JBS, we will have a special program, a Tekes Ma'avar, to mark the transition from Israel's Memorial Day, Yom HaZikaron, to Israel's Independence Day, Yom HaAtzmaut. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.